So for my video today, y'all, I'm so excited. Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel, Organized with Joy. Today's video is going to be my monthly Homemaking to the Rescue collaboration video. Each month I host this along with my sweet friend Jessica from her channel, Jessica Myros, and we bring you homemaking content, whatever that may look like, for whoever will be joining us this week. So definitely check out the description box to click on that playlist link for even more homemaking motivation. So for my video today, y'all, I'm so excited. So I am going to be going through my Christmas decor today. I just want to go through and see if there's anything I could declutter and just assess what I have. If you have been with me for a while, you might remember last year around this time, I did a huge purge of a lot of my Christmas decor. So I'm not anticipating having a lot to declutter, but I did just kind of want to go through it, assess what I have, and I'm super excited about that. But while I'm doing that, I decided I'm also going to go through the home decor that is in this dresser here behind me. I am in my office and I have this dresser which houses extra home decor and also some office supplies. So a little while back I did share a video where I went through some of these drawers, which were like the office supplies, camera equipment sort of items that I went through. So I won't go through every single drawer because there were some of these drawers I just went through last week, but I am going to go through the drawers that have my extra home decor. So I have been really ruthless with my stuff lately. If you've been following my channel, you might have noticed that. I have been more hardcore decluttering, and I feel like by doing it this way I'm really getting to the end, or to what I like to call maintenance mode, because you're obviously always having things coming in your home, so you will have things going out, but I do feel like I'm getting to maintenance mode. So today I'm going to keep that phrase in mind that I've been talking about on several of my videos. If it feels like a no, let it go. I'm going to be using that phrase. But in addition to that, I recently saw a YouTube video, and I unfortunately don't remember the content creator's name, or I can't find their channel again. But I was watching this video where she was decluttering in a certain way. She gathered everything that was from one category, and then she went through and chose all of the items that she said were a hell yes for her. Like, I absolutely want to keep these things 100%. And then it was easier to declutter the things that were left. It wasn't as overwhelming as it might be if you just take everything from a category and look at it. If you start from the mind frame of, I'm gonna set aside everything that I absolutely love, then it's gonna be easier to declutter. But before we get into that, I just wanna address the fact that I'm wearing a tank top in November. Y'all, I live in Austin, Texas. What can I say? We have fluctuating weather this time of year. It's going to be in the 70s today, and so I am wearing a tank top. So with that out of the way, let's get into this. Okay, I'm not actually going to be decorating my tree quite yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave everything that's in here because I know that I'm going to keep all these things and decorate my tree like I did last year. And then this is my hell yes pile. I definitely want to keep that stuff. And this is, I guess, my non-hell yes pile. So that's what I've got so far. Okay, this is going really quickly. This is all kind of sentimental stuff that eventually my kids will need to go through. I have a Ziploc bag for each of my children's ornaments, and then I just have some things that they've made over the years when they were younger. And so all of this stuff is going to stay in here. I don't usually display any of this anymore. I just keep it for sentimental purposes for my children to make those decisions later. All of this stuff is like, yes, I know I want it. I want to display it. And this is my small pile of, like I said, not hell yes. So I need to make decisions about these. Also, I noticed that one box was considerably heavier than the other box. So I feel like I need to redistribute where I put things. I think the reason that happened is because one box was pretty much all of my tree decor and the other box was everything else. But with my kids' sentimental items, I have some books that we used to read solely at Christmas time. We would bring them out at Christmas and we would read them to the kids. And then I also have, whoa, yikes, they're stocking holders, which are very heavy. So I may need to redistribute that. Oh, and these books, which I bought a couple years ago off of Etsy. They're like vintage books and Christmas colors, and this makes my heart happy for some reason. So on to the things that were kind of a maybe. Y'all, this, I'm gonna let go of it. I went to a party last year where it was my girlfriends and I, and my friend had set up like all these different ways you could make a Christmas tree. We had like the styrofoam frame Christmas tree, and then you could decide to decorate it however you wanted, and I chose to glue on these little beads painstakingly. I don't feel bad getting rid of it though, because I did have a lot of fun that night. We ended up staying there late, and this took me a really long time, but we were all just chatting while I was making it. So I don't really feel bad that I'm letting it go, but it's definitely not something I would display. This, I feel like I was on the fence about this last year too, because I don't ever, this is an advent calendar. I don't ever actually use it. So when my kids were younger, what you would do is whenever the day occurred, you would turn the block around. So wherever you would display them, so that the number wasn't showing. And then once the day occurred, you would turn the block around. So it just has that number. Aesthetically, I love this, but it is very tedious putting it up. But I think I am going to keep it. I think I'm going to find a place to display it because I do really like the aesthetic of it. And then these, I am going to make a decision when I decorate. If I use these to decorate this year, if I find a spot for them, then I will keep them. And maybe I will just keep a portion of them because maybe I don't need this whole bag full. In the past, I've used them like in a vase or in a wood bowl or something like that, just as decor. So I'll see if I use those. So that is it for my Christmas decor. This right here is a vintage little ornament that my friend gave me a few years ago, and I absolutely love it. And I'm just gonna leave this out. I'm gonna put it right here for now. In the past, I have just left it here because this bird brass sculpture belonged to my grandmother, and she absolutely loved birds. And so I just love this piece. It's vintage because it's from my grandmother, and I love brass, but it just reminds me of her. And when my friend gave this to me, I almost started crying because I'm pretty sure it was the year that my grandmother passed away. And for whatever reason, this reminded me of my grandmother, probably because it is vintagey looking, so maybe it reminds me of something she had on her tree. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that out, even though it's the beginning of November. Okay, for this drawer, this stuff is just my Cricut stuff, so I will leave that alone. But this is my hell yes pile, and I always like to have just plain white pots on hand. And then this is actually a dish that belonged to my husband's grandmother. It does need to be cleaned up a bit, but I do like to keep that. And then this little pot, I actually was thinking about, I have this little miniature like pine tree that looks a bit like a Christmas tree that I think would look really cute in there. Then over here are the things that I didn't feel like really strongly about keeping. I have this habit of cleaning out and saving candle pots. I think I'm going to use it for something, and sometimes I do. But I end up just having a lot on hand. And I know that this one, I used it last year actually on my hot cocoa / coffee bar for Christmas time, but I really think I could even just use one of those white pots. I think I'm just ready to let this one go. This one is also just kind of a plain white pot. And by the way, I'm definitely keeping the rocks that are in here. I like to have those on hand. Sometimes they're good to style greenery or like floral picks with. So I think I'm gonna keep that one. And then I do still really like this one. I tend to use this in spring and summer, so I need to pay attention if I get this out, but I do like the aesthetic of it. And this is another one that used to be a candle, and I don't know, I love this. This looks pretty for some sort of Christmas decor, so I will keep it for now, and if I don't use it for Christmas or winter decor, then I'm gonna let it go. Okay, this right here is my hell yes pile. I love all of these things and bringing them out at different times of year to style with. And here's that little tree that I was telling you about that I think will fit in here. Yeah, so I think I might use that someplace. And then here is my pile of, I guess, maybes, I don't knows. Okay, y'all, I have several of these little like IKEA plants. There was a time in my life when I was obsessed with all of these IKEA plants. Anyone else? I have more that are just displayed around my home, and these I would just use at Christmas or at winter. I can't remember if I used them last year, but I'm going to keep them for now and see if I use them. But I think I'm ready to let these kind of grass looking ones go. I don't know, I don't think I like these as much as I like some of the other ones I have. And then I have like all of these random little miniature picks, which I can't remember. I want to say I might have used these in the spring, but I can't remember. I'm going to hold on to these for now, and hopefully I will remember and pay attention and see if I use these. They're more like springish, summery sort of thing. And then these, I know I have not used these in a really long time. They're like little cacti picks, but they're so cute. Y'all, this is hard. Okay, I'm gonna keep these for now. I'm going to keep these for now. I almost forgot about this huge pile of fake eucalyptus and like pine greenery. Yeah, these are my two favorite types of greenery to use around my house throughout all seasons. The pine greenery I will obviously use kind of winter, Christmas time. So I'm gonna hold on to all of this since I do typically use this throughout the year. Okay, so those things I just left in there. These are like napkin ring holders, and I do use those
And then these are just those little fake tea lights, and I use those. But what I'm learning is my home decor has been really pared down over the last several years. So all of this stuff, I was like immediately, yes, I want to keep all of this stuff. This is my I'm not sure pile. So let's talk about this. Okay, as I was going through this, I'm like, how many times in 1 year can Joy go through her home decor on her YouTube channel? So I'm sorry if this is boring for you, but I just wanted to show you this process. The other day I was thinking about how decluttering is kind of like peeling layers of an onion away. You just have to keep culling and going through things, and the less you have to look at, the easier it gets to declutter. And I think that that's the whole idea behind set aside your hell yes, because then when you have like this smaller pile to look at, to make decisions about, it gets to be a lot easier. So first up was this. Y'all, okay, I know I am keeping these beads. These actually go on my Christmas tree. I will sometimes use these beads throughout the year at different locations. Yeah. What do I do? But I think the reason I put this in the I'm not sure pile or the non-hell yes pile is because I do feel like I'm kind of getting away from styling with beads. Let me know your thoughts. Are you still styling with beads? And then up next, I have these, which are kind of like paperweights or maybe bookends. And honestly, I don't remember the last time I used them to style. I do like the aesthetic of these, and for that reason, I think I'm going to keep them. But I need to be more intentional about styling with these. I'm not really sure why I don't use them. So yeah, I need to figure out a way to style those. Next up is this little wreath. It's like a boxwood greenery wreath. I do believe I used this last year around Christmas and for the winter months, so I'm gonna hold on to this. This is something I have really been thinking about and struggling with. So I have two kind of egg holders for the Easter season or for the spring. And I have these wooden eggs that I would always put on here. I did put both of them out last year. I just thought to myself when I was styling with both of them, like, this is excessive. Why do I have two egg trays with two sets of wooden eggs? But I do feel like I have this sentimental attachment to this one just because I've had it for so long. So I'm gonna continue holding on to this as well, just because of that, the sentimental attachment. And I know that I could let go of the other one, but the other one aesthetically I like better and it's easier to style with. It's because it's like long and thin. This one, there's like very few places you can style with it because it's round. Okay, lastly, I have this rose gold colored tray. It's like a metal tray. And I think I set it in this pile because I honestly don't remember the last time I used it to style with. I do think I'm going to keep it because I do still like the aesthetics of it. I just think I don't gravitate towards it because of the shape. I think I tend to use the trays that are round to style with. But for now, I'm gonna keep this and I'm gonna see if I use it within the next year or so. And you know what, as I'm sitting here, I think I'm gonna get rid of these beads. Some of you might disagree with me, but I think I am getting over this styling with beads sort of situation phase. So I'm gonna let those go upon second thought. So the rest of the things I am going to keep for now, and I just need to be more conscientious to pay attention on if I'm actually using these to style with.
Okay, so here is my little pile of things that I decluttered today. I know it's not a lot, but like I said, I am almost getting to that maintenance mode. Okay friends, that is all I have for you for today's video. I hope you might subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned over the next few weeks because I am going to be starting to decorate our home for Christmas and sharing that content with you. And don't forget, today's video is a collaboration, so be sure to check out the playlist linked in my description box below, as well as my lovely co-host channel, Jessica Myros. I will have her channel linked as well. But as always, thanks so much for watching this video until the end, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!